Good morning, y'all. It's Lippy with Gemini Homestead. Happy Memorial Day. It's early in the morning, so I'm in the kitchen. As some of you know, we've lost half of the AC on one part of the house because of a storm, so I'm getting started early. And this morning I was out in the garden, and I was able to harvest a pint of these radishes. Now, these are breakfast radishes. They're long and narrow. They don't have that bite. But since we're going to be grilling today, I said, you know what? Why don't I just pickle them just like I do onions? Because we had these last year when I had an abundance of radishes, and they turned out great. So I thought, well, let me share this. Some of y'all may have radishes in the garden. You're about to have a memorial dinner, a barbecue, a family get-together. You got some radishes. I bet you got everything else that's sitting in this pot. So all I did was wash them, and I cut these fingerlings actually just in half, okay? Pint-sized jar. Now, to this pot, now this is where you can make it your own, but I like the flavors of this type of vinegar. And I used a half a cup of just white distilled vinegar and a half a cup of champagne vinegar. Now, some of you may like red wine vinegar, apple cider. Really and truly, you make it your own because it's just 1 cup of liquid. Like I said, I used a half a cup of distilled and a half a cup of champagne vinegar. And then what I did is I added a tablespoon of sugar, a half a teaspoon of salt. I need to get that out of my face because it's just about to get to me. Excuse me. One thing you don't do is don't put vinegar right here where you're breathing. It'll open your sinuses. So it's 1 tablespoon of salt. A half a teaspoon of salt, but a tablespoon of sugar. Now, I don't like a lot of sugar when I'm dealing with something mild. So add the sugar to your taste, but I found that 1 tablespoon to this mixture is plenty of sugar, and a half a teaspoon of salt. Then you're going to break it down to a half a teaspoon of black peppercorn, a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, a half a teaspoon of mustard seed, and a half a teaspoon of coriander seed. So it's a very simple recipe. Now, if you were making larger volumes, then of course you would, add more seasoning. You can do this with red onion, Joe. It is delicious. So all I did was bring it up to a boil, and that's basically to dissolve the sugar and to infuse, bring out the flavors of the peppercorns, the coriander, the mustard seed. And like I say, it's very pungent. And then all I'm going to do is pour it over here. Now, you want to do this early in the morning or the night before so the flavors really can marry. And as you can see, I've got right at what I needed. Because I've done it so many times, there's nothing left. I know that 1 cup of liquid fills a pint jar. Because you want this covered. And all I'm going to do is let this sit and rest about 30 minutes on the counter with the lid off. Now, this is just one of those reusable lids. But I'm going to let it sit for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to set it into the ice box. Hold up. Refrigerator. Y'all, I'm learning. It's a refrigerator. And then it'll be ready for late this afternoon when we have our dinner. So, if you never tried it, try some pickled radishes. You can't go wrong, and the measurements is perfect, so you're not wasting vinegar. It's 1 cup of liquid. Remember, your choice. But if you happen to have champagne white vinegar, it's very mild, and it's very delicious. So, happy Memorial Day. I hope you have a great time with family, friends. And think about what this day means. It's a celebration of freedom. Many gave their lives up for me to be able to do what I'm doing right now. So until next time, God bless you.